What's up, everybody? It's your boy All Scoring on Defense, back at you again with another comedy segment on All Scoring on Defense Comedy. And on this comedy segment, this was the time, or I'm going to tell you guys the story of when I got lost in the amusement park. Let's get into it. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this story takes place when I was about 14. Yes, I was very clumsy in my teen years, and still kind of clumsy now, but I ain't going to speak too much on that. Okay, so this story takes place when I was about 14 years old, and it was me and my grandpa, or my grandpa and I. We went to the amusement park one day, and when we was there, man, everybody and their mama was there. So we get there and we get to chilling, right? And next thing you know, my grandpa says, "Hey, I'm gonna go use the restroom." I'm like, "All right, go do your thing, go handle your business." So next thing you know, I'm wandering around. I'm like, what's taking him so long? So I'm, like, hurry up. It don't take that long to pee. And in the back of my mind, I'm like, maybe he's taking a dump. But it still don't take you that long to dump unless you got the runs, if you know what I mean. So next thing you know, I'm waiting on him. And then all of a sudden, I hear this big old boom. And I'm like, whoa, something just happened. So next thing you know, I go run into the scene. Because So next thing you know, I go run into the scene. I'm like, what in the world? Why everybody over here? Man, they were showing off this cool little dinosaur bone. And me at the time, I was big on science. And like when I was a nerd, or when I was in high school, I was a nerd. I was the biggest nerd ever. So I'm like, I'm big on science and I'm big on history and all that type of stuff. So next thing you know, I'm staring at the bone. I'm looking like, man, like, it's pretty huge. I mean, it's pretty amazing. I'm like, oh, So next thing you know, I'm looking at it and I'm like, man, this is something. So next thing you know, I'm still in the back of my mind. I'm like, where is he at? Because I ain't found him yet or anything. So next thing you know, I'm going with the tour guide. We're going to look at some more artifacts. And I'm like, oh, yeah, this is my alley. And I'm like, hey, you know what? When you feel like you're a kid in a candy store, it's like you can't do no wrong. So next thing you know, I'm just over there chilling and everything. And so all of a sudden, I'm like, dang, I done forgot all about my grandpa. And I don't know where he at. So all of a sudden, I just hear him call my name. He like, tired. And I'm like, oh my God. And I'm like, uh-oh. I don't know where he at. And I got lost. And so all of a sudden, I'm like, where is he at? Because I can't find him. And hopefully, or luckily, I was able to get found because, we met back up at the at the restroom. So everything was okay. And that's all for this comedy skit. If you guys liked it, be sure to subscribe. I do new comedy skits like this every Friday, and I'm out.